Hello, my name is Steve Bigelow with the Candlestick Forum. We may have seen a major reversal today. Notice the Dow opened down 550 points and then started right back up, doing a strong reversal signal, the bullish left-right combo, which is basically a bullish engulfing signal following a doji. Also, notice where they opened, right? Basically at the same level they opened as the low in this downtrend, a double bottom. Now, what do we need to see tomorrow? Well, remember, after a big, huge bullish day, you might see some profit taking. If they open positive and start trading positive, you could be a buyer of bullish charts, but be a little bit careful. You want to see how these markets open tomorrow. Same thing on the NASDAQ. In this case, when they gapped it down, go back to the Japanese rice traders' philosophy of where do most people sell? They panic sell at the bottom. And then it immediately started back up. That becomes a good, strong reversal signal. Again, a bullish left-right combo, one of your strongest reversal candlestick reversal signals. Now, what do we want to see? Definitely want to see it open positive and trade positive, telling us it's confirming not only the signal, but the fact that the T-line is now not a resistance level. What we don't want to see, or we don't want to jump into bullish trades, if it opens lower and starts trading lower, that would tell us the T-line is still acting as a resistance. So when did we want to take profits? Well, again, look at Apple. Gap down in the oversold area. If you were short Apple, where was a logical place to start closing out short positions? Essentially, when it came back up through this level, that told you they were still not taking it down, or they not, shouldn't say it that way, that they weren't taking it down, that they were back into a support level. Do you go long on Apple? Again, that becomes a function of what do the markets do. It definitely needs to open positive and trade positive, breaking this downtrend and confirming the bullish signal. NVIDIA, same scenario. When did you take profits? Well, we often teach people that if you see a gap down in the oversold area, at least start taking profits. Again, back to that Japanese rice traders' philosophy, where do most people sell? They panic sell at the bottom. Anytime you see a gap down in the oversold area, get ready to start watching for reversal signals. Same scenario here. If you didn't close out a short position, the T-line becomes an important factor. If they open it lower and trade lower, obviously you stay short. If they open positive, definitely close out any short positions. Those are more difficult, and you have to be ready to activate your positions. Whereas, whoops, did I goof up previous? Yes, I did goof up. If you see something like this, where we were short, but notice what was happening at a level everybody else was watching. A doji at the 200, a doji. And now a third day where they are buying. What does that tell you about your probabilities? Probabilities pretty much indicating this is where they are buying. This was a good place to cover your short position. What were the ones that didn't produce sell signals? The candlestick patterns that produce the strongest down moves. Look at your bearish flutter kicker signal on Etsy. That tells you there's a lot of force to the downside. And you can see what happened here. They opened it up here and traded this way versus where most of them opened here and traded positive. That would have been a much more comfortable situation or analysis to say you definitely want to stay short, because these are the ones that make it a little bit more difficult, like in PayPal. You got a hammer, a doji, a gap down, and this is the benefit of the graphics of candlesticks. As soon as it opened and started trading positive, what color was this candle creating? Now green, you can see they were buying. This would be a better instigation to, if you were short, taking some profits down here. On the other side of the coin, there was sectors that had been acting positive, like the oil sector, and you can see how a J-hook pattern was setting up in Apache. Also occurred in ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips, Occidental. But what's the analysis here? Well, if we know that wave 1 and wave 3 are going to be the same, we can be buying aggressively, especially if it starts trading up and comes up through this level, because what does that tell us? Wave 3 is not going to have any regards for this resistance level. And when everybody else sees that this going through this resistance level, they start piling in, adding to that the profitability of that trade. Now, were there any trades out there that showed positive trading in spite of the market? Or let's see. I guess in spite of the market being up strong? Well, Domino's had good earnings. And notice what happened when the market opened down 500 or 600 points this morning. They already had gapped this one up with your best friend signal. Also kind of a double bottom. But the fact that they gapped it up through the T-line makes this a very strong chart, because it already illustrated the bulls had stepped in with great enthusiasm, even though the market had opened down 500 or 600 points. So tomorrow, going long or staying short will be a function of how they open the markets tomorrow. Remember, you had a big, huge up day. That also kind of instigates some profit taking that might take you down on an open. If that's the case, now you watch to see if they can come back up through the open. If they stay lower, you stay with your short positions, and you probably don't want to be too aggressive on the buy side. On the other hand, if they open things positive, any short positions that are showing additional strength, you want to close, and then you could be buying the strong bullish charts. So with that, there's lots of option strategies that you can put into play. So you might want to join us on October 29th, Saturday, a full day training on what option strategies do you use at the appropriate times of being able to identify when a price trend is reversing or continuing. Which option strategies are the best? So join us. We'll have a link on here pretty soon for those that you would like to attend. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.